Good afternoon, all. During the last two episodes, we were discussing about the classification of solution. We already know that solution is a homogeneous mixture of two or more substances. Solution is a homogeneous mixture of two or more substances. This solution can be classified as several types. First classification, we have seen that it is based on the quantity. It depends upon the quantity of the solute. Namely, it is classified into saturated solution, unsaturated solution, and supersaturated solution. We have seen that the second classification is based on the size of the solute particles. If the size of the solute particle is very small, it now we call them true solution. Second type is colloids and the third type is suspension. True solutions, colloids and suspensions. Again, there is one more classification of the colloidal solution. This colloidal solution, colloids can be again classified into two types. In colloids, here we have seen two phases. If the solid component is known as dispersed phase. In colloids, we have seen a dispersed phase. The solid component, in every solution, there is at least two components, a solute part and a solvent part. In colloids, the solute part or the solute component of the colloid is known as dispersed phase. Then the dispersed phase is dissolved in a medium. It is known as, or the dispersed component. Dispersed component is dissolved another component. It is known as dispersing medium. Dispersing medium. So, in colloids only, the solute part is known as dispersed phase and the solvent part is known as dispersing medium. Dispersing medium. Based on this dispersed phase and dispersing medium, the colloids can be classified into several types. Let us see what are the classification of colloids. First, the basis of the classification of colloid is depend upon these two types: dispersed phase and dispersing medium. Dispersed phase means it is a solute component. Solute component. Solute component is a dispersed, is known as dispersed phase in colloids. And the solvent component is known as the dispersing medium. Based on this dispersed phase and dispersing medium, the colloids can be classified into several types. We can see what are they. Dispersed phase, dispersing medium, and type. First is gas. Liquid in gas. Liquid, the solid part is liquid and the dispersed media is gas. it is known as aerosol. Aerosol. This is the aerosol example, liquid in gas. The dispersing medium is gas and the dispersed solid part is liquid. This example is clouds, mist, etc. In clouds or mist, universe mist, modelment. Mist, their dispersal medium is air, is the gaseous state, and liquid is the water. That is known as, that type of colloids is known as aerosol. Example, clouds, mist, etc. The second type is dispersing medium gas. Dispersed phase is solid. This is also known as aerosol. This is an example. For example of this aerosol, that means solid liquid, solid gas, solid dispersed phase, liquid dispersed medium, that belongs to an aerosol medium. This example is smoke. In smoke, air is the gaseous state and solid particle is the tiny carbon particles. Solid is, smoke is tiny carbon particles, carbon monoxide particles, carbon dioxide particles, etc. Because this type is also known as solid gas, aerosol. Examples, smoke and vehicles exhaust. Vehicles on going because in that gate smoke, a huge amount of smoke is coming out from the engine. That is also known as aerosol. Then the other type is liquid. Gas liquid. Liquid phase, dispersed phase is the gaseous state and dispersed phase is liquid. That is known as the foam type. Foam type. That's an example. Shaving cream. Shaving cream is the gas, dispersed phase, liquid, dispersed medium, and type is foam. And example, shaving cream. Then the other type is liquid. Both are the dispersed phase and dispersed medium. That means, in our words, solute and solvent. Normal solution, it is solute and solvent. In colloids, we classify the dispersed phase and dispersed medium. Both are the liquid state. It is known as emulsion. That is face cream or face creams are emulsions, Fair and Lovely, wherever that face creams also all are known as this emulsion type. Then other is a solid liquid, that is known as salt. Milk of magnesia. Milk of magnesia, mud. You know what's mud? MU mud, soil dissolved in water. Mud, muddy water. You heard it. That is solid. The dispersed phase is solid. Dispersed medium liquid. That is salt type. That means in mud or milk of, do you know what is milk of magnesia? Milk of magnesia means sodium hydrogen carbonate. Sodium hydrogen. So it is used as an antacid for acidity in our stomach. So here, there is a mud. It's clear here. Mud, soil particles. Soil particles or mud particles are the solid state, water, the liquid state. That means solute, mud, solvent, water, solid and liquid. That is known as salt. Then the other is solid. Both are solid. That is also foam type. Example, sponge. Do you know sponge? They are both are the solid states. Solid and solid. They are both the sponge example. That is known as foam. Other is here is a correction. Gas. In the solid state, that is foam. In the sponge, there are too many holes. In the holes, there are air. Air is the gaseous state and solid is the rubber form, sponge. That is known as that is foam type, and that is example is sponge. Other is liquid solid. That is known as gel. Example, jelly. We have purchased several jelly type lotions from the supermarkets. They are liquid in the solid state. Dispersed phase is liquid and dispersed medium is solid. That is known as gel. Then the last type is solid. That is known as solid solid. Example, milky glass. Milky glass. The glass we obtained was for the decoration items, designed glass. They call it milky. So, certain types of stones also, gemstones, etc., belong to this state. These are the 8 classifications for different types of colloids. This chart is given in your test. You go through it, and overall study of different types. Here in solution, the only difference is this: in solutions, the dispersed phase is known as solute, and dispersing is dispersed phase. This is dispersing medium. Is the solvent. Then, when the physical state is varying, the type of is also varying. If the dispersing medium is the gas and dispersing phase is liquid, it is known as aerosol. Example, mist, clouds, etc. So, when a solid is a dispersed phase, the solid component dispersed in the gas, it is also known as aerosol. Example, smoke, vehicle exhaust, etc. come under this category. This is the aerosol type. Then the gas is a dispersed phase, and gaseous state is the other substance, a particle. Dissolved liquid is known as foam. Example, shaving cream is a foam type. Shaving cream, you all know before shaving. Soap base is rub the face, and then that is the gas liquid, dissolved in liquid state. Similarly, liquid, that is emulsion. That you have seen that your elders using aftershave, you have been using surplus face cream. Face cream, all face creams are come under emulsion type. That is liquid and liquid. Both are the liquid. Dispersed phase as well as the dispersing medium are the liquid state. that come under the type emulsion type. Example, base type. Then solid particles, solid component dissolved in liquid component, that is known as salt. Example, milk of magnesia or mud. That is commonly seen. When mud particles dissolved in water, mud particles dissolved in water, it is known as salt. Then other type gaseous gases or the gaseous state dissolved in mixed with the solid, that is foam. That is foam type. Foam type name itself clearly answer. Foam type means it's spongy. In spongy, in between the minute holes there is air. Then other is liquid in solid, that is gel. Jelly or made of the term gel. Jelly items all come under this category. Then solid is solid. Solid example, some gemstones as well as milky glass. They are come under the category solid is solid. So for several times you read these categories and make familiar with. Not only under one at a time you can't buy it. This is no other method. You learn it one by one, but each day, and you can use familiar with this day. So the solution, there are, now you can see there are 10 categories. We have divided the solution into 10 categories. Can you remember the 10 categories? First, concentrated solution, dilute solution, saturated solution, then unsaturated solution, supersaturated solution. Then again we classified what are them: true solution, colloids, and suspension. Then again we, according to the solid component and solvent component, the colloids are again classified with the dispersed phase and dispersed medium. There is 8 more other classifications here also. So this is an important chapter, not only for your day-to-day life, the coming examination also. These must be more important. For studying this, what you have to do is, all things you have been learning is, you take 3 glasses and water, 3/4 is filled with water, and take different kinds of solute. Solute means which substance is dissolved. Then you can categorize all these types: saturated and supersaturated. As well as you take milk and mud particles, you can then you can clarify the difference between colloids and suspension. Normally, solution means true solution. Normally we say solution means true solution. Then we come on to the next topic: separation of the components of a mixture. Separating the components of a mixture. We have seen that mixture, the term itself tells us what does it. For the first class, always I told you that when you heard the term mixture, what thing came to your mind? When you hear the word mixture, you always think of what? The mixture you buy from the bakery for eating. But what does it mean? The mixture itself just means it contains more than one substance, not in a fixed ratio. Not in a fixed ratio. That is mixture. Several components, several substances, several items included, not in a fixed ratio. In the name itself, the mixture means that at the same time, pure substance means they are only one kind. Pure means only one kind. Mixture means several kinds. That is the difference between pure substance and when you remember the normal mixture which you buy from the bakery for eating, that is easy for remembering mixture. There are several components, several constituents, not in a fixed ratio. So the name itself says it is heterogeneous, different in different parts. In equally different packets, in the ratio, there will be no ratio. Several items they are more, in several items they are less. So now what we are studying, how we can separate the components of a mixture. How we can, what is the easiest way to separate the components of a mixture? You buy the mixture from the bakery. The easiest way is what? Hand picking. You have to hand picking one by one. We can separate the components of a mixture. That means almost all the mixtures we can see the particles. Your naked eye can see the particles, so we can easily hand picking. Simple methods. Simple methods. One, hand picking. Second, sieving. Sieving means you almost all the days, almost all of them see that while making upma in your kitchen, your mother will sieving the rava, to the impurities from it. That is sieving. Sieving, you say sieving. That is sieving. Second method is sieving. Then what is the third type? Easy methods, simple techniques. Filtration. Filtration means the name is it is in lab or in chemistry. Filtration means filter through the filter paper. Pass through the filter paper. Here comes the word filtration. Pass through the filter paper. Pure water, one component pass through water, the other remains. This is the simple technique, simple methods for separating the components of a mixture. Then nowadays, special techniques for separating the components of a mixture. You can see what are the special techniques. One, evaporation. You have seen that ink, different ink or black ink, blue ink, etc. The ink is a mix. Why other red or white or blue? It is a mixture of several colors. Several colors or several dye mixed in a water. So, if we evaporate by using this water is taken, then heat. This is water is heat. We don't directly heat it. Here ink is taken. Ink is dye dissolved in water or dye in different colors. So after heating sometime, the water, different colors, the water will evaporate. And at last we can see what we can see, a residue after heating, a residue at the bottom of this. After we remove the heat, then we can see that there is a residue. This is the actual color of dye. Actual color or dye. Why we don't heat directly heat? This is heated by the on heating, the water vaporizes and the water vapor is steam undergo heat. This is steam. Steam is heating. If we directly heat, there is a chance to break the particles. So we avoid direct heating by using indirect heating using steam. So after it is heated, after heating, what we get? We get a residue at the sides of the. This is the color. Water will evaporate it and the residue will be. This type of the process of separating the components is known as evaporation. Where we use it? One mixture, one substance is volatile and the other same time the other is non-volatile. If two substances in a mixture, one is volatile and the other is non-volatile, we have used this method. Which method? Evaporation method. Evaporation method is used for separating the components of a mixture. We have to learn three things. What are the different techniques for the separation of a components of mixture? Name of the method. Which property of the components used here? There an example. What do you have learned from this? The name of the technique used for the separating the components of a mixture. Name of the technique is evaporation. Which property of the substance is used for separating the components? Here, to separate a non-volatile substance from a volatile compound. One is volatile, evaporates and vaporizes to atmosphere. The non-volatile remains at residue. The example, diaphragm. In all these stages, you have to do this study only these things. Then the other thing is centrifugal method. In your home, do you see how to separate butter from curd? But there is the two components differ in their densities. We use the method centrifugal. Cream from milk or butter from curd is separated using the method centrifugal method. In this, this mixture is taken in a test tube or there is a separate machine for this purpose. In our home, you have seen that the separation of butter from curd, where the mixture is taken in a test tube. There is a separate stand for centrifugal machine also. Then it is rotated at a very high speed. After some time, the denser particles collected at the bottom of the tube and the lighter particles at the top. Thus we can separate this. Here at the top of the tube, they are the lighter particles. At the bottom, the denser particles. Thus we can separate this type of mixture where there is a difference in their densities. Our aim is, second method is, name of the method, centrifugal method. Which property of the mixture used here to separate it? The components have a differ in their densities. Example, cream from milk or butter from curd, etc. There are several more methods. About 9 methods, 9 several techniques has been discovered in the test. The next methods where we can study the next episode. So we have to study up to this. We can see next class. Okay, thank you.